The global economy is running on a time bomb, and that time bomb is the United States national debt. Today, we're re-diving into one of the most dangerous economic threats of our generation, a threat powerful enough to shake markets, crush currencies, and trigger a global financial reset. This is not fear-mongering. This is the math the world keeps ignoring. For decades, America has enjoyed a superpower advantage, unlimited trust in the US dollar. Countries trade with it, banks store it, governments use it as their economic insurance policy. But everything changes when debt grows so large that the world begins to question a simple but deadly thought. What if the United States can T-pay? This script will take you deep into the real story behind America's debt crisis, how it escalated, why it has become unstoppable, and how it could bring down the global financial system. So stay with me, because the next few minutes might completely change how you see the world economy. Section 1. How America created the largest debt in human history. The United States didn't become the world's most indebted nation overnight. It happened step by step. A war here, a bailout there, a stimulus package, a tax cut, a recession, another war, another bailout. In 1980, the U.S. national debt was less than $1 trillion. Today, it's over $30 trillion. That means the country now owes more than the entire economies of China, Japan, Germany, India, and the UK combined. But here's the twist. The U.S. government never actually plans to pay this debt off. The strategy is simple but dangerous. Borrow more money to pay the old money. This system only survives as long as the world believes in it. The day the world stops believing, everything collapses. Section 2. The interest nightmare. Nobody talks about debt by itself isn't the biggest issue. The true monster is interest. Think of it this way. The U.S. government pays hundreds of billions of dollars every year just to cover interest. Not the debt, just the interest. And as interest rates rise, this number explodes. Here's the scary part. Within a few years, the U.S. will spend more on interest payments than on its military, the largest and most expensive military in the world. That's when you realize we're past the point of no return. When a government spends more paying interest than actually running the country, it's living on borrowed time. Section 3. Why countries are slowly losing trust in the dollar. The world has noticed the cracks. China has cut down its U.S. Treasury holdings. Russia dropped the dollar almost entirely. The BRICS nations are building their own currency systems. Even U.S. allies like Saudi Arabia are moving toward multi-currency trading. This is not a coincidence. This is preparation. Countries fear one thing the day the dollar weakens. Because if the dollar collapses, global trade collapses with it. And the scariest part? The U.S. debt crisis is making that collapse more possible than ever. Section 4. The moment everything falls apart. Imagine this scenario. Global investors wake up one morning and decide the U.S. government debt is too risky. They begin selling U.S. bonds. The price of bonds falls. Interest rates skyrocket. The stock market crashes. The dollar drops. Banks panic. The government can't borrow anymore. Payments stop. And suddenly, the world's most trusted financial system becomes the world's biggest catastrophe. Is this extreme? Yes. Is it impossible? No. In fact, many economists say it's inevitable, because debt always wins. It crushes every empire that tries to outrun it. Section 5. What happens to the global economy? If America falls, the rest of the world will not survive the shock. Exports collapse, imports freeze, currencies devalue, companies shut down, millions lose jobs, governments panic, people lose trust in everything. The global financial system is like a spider web, and at the center sits the United States. If the center breaks, the entire structure falls with it. Section 6. How America is trying to delay the collapse. The U.S. government has exactly 3 tools. 1. Print more money. 2. Raise taxes. 3. Cut spending. But none of these are simple. If they print more money, inflation rises. If they raise taxes, businesses suffer. If they cut spending, the economy slows. So what do? They choose the easiest but most dangerous path. Print more money and borrow more debt. This buys time, but it also makes the final crash even bigger. Section 7. The hidden winners of an American collapse. But here's the twist. Not everyone loses. Countries like China, with massive manufacturing power, could dominate global trade. Commodity-rich nations like Brazil and Saudi Arabia could rise. And new digital currency systems might replace the dollar as the backbone of global finance. The fall of one empire always creates the rise of another. Section 8. What should an ordinary person do? You can't control the U.S. government. You can't change the global economy, but you can protect yourself, increase skills, diversify income, understand global trends, avoid unnecessary debt, build savings, invest intelligently, stay informed. Because when the world changes, the people who survive are the ones who saw it coming. Ending. The American debt crisis is not just an American problem, it's a world problem. And ignoring it won't make it disappear. This system is running out of time, running out of trust, and running out of excuses. History is repeating itself. Empires rise, empires fall, and the next global financial reset might be closer than we think. This was the real truth behind the United States debt crisis, a crisis that could reshape the future of the entire planet.